just say that.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Unpopular Wrestling Opinions, the show that Smack Draw brings you, where we comb through Twitter's hot takes about professional wrestling. I read it off to a special group of panelists, and they debate whether or not you have any merit to your tweet or it's trash. I'm joined by a very talented collection of people here today. Joining me to my left, we have Eric Zarens. How are you, Eric?
What's going on, Smack Draw? What's going on, everybody?
Hey, man, friend of the show. I'm glad to have you on. How about you tell the people about yourself a little bit?
So, guys, I go by Easy. I am one of the panelists on my buddy Geek's wrestling podcast show, Just Us Marks, that we go every Thursdays. So go check it out. He is currently doing a subscriber challenge where if he gets 200 subscribers, this unfortunate bastard has to drink a little bit of the bubbly. And keep in mind, I don't drink alcohol.
Oh, no.
Yeah, buddy, have fun with that. I'll tell you one thing. I've learned my lesson. I try to avoid alcohol on air nowadays.
That's okay. I drink Coca-Cola anyway.
I don't drink alcohol, but I would definitely be down for the bubbly.
Hell yeah. I'll definitely tune into that stream, my friend. Thank you for joining us.
I'm waiting for Jericho to make non-alcoholic bubbly.
Oh, it's never going to happen. This dude loves to drink.
Under me, we have Kyle. Or as some of the friends of the show refer to him as Pretty Kyle.
Don't spread that. Don't spread
host
that.
of the Apron Bump, which you can catch every Wednesday evening. Kyle, I think this is your second time on the show.
I believe so. Yeah, thank you for having me once again. Apparently, I didn't do too terrible last time. So
No, it was a blast having you on, man. And you're always active in the chat. And we obviously kind of have like this group of podcasts that all circle each other, man. And we're always happy to have you around. Lastly, joining is Smack Draw's chief editor and one half of the She Leech Showcase podcast, which you can catch every Thursday night on twitch.tv/She Leech Showcase. Of course, I am talking about Miss Y2 Garcia, Miss Savannah. How are you, Savannah?
I'm doing good. I'm so glad to be here. This is something I've actually been looking forward to since you asked me to be on it, because I remember seeing the last few episodes and I was like, oh my God, I want to be there.
Yeah. I think, correct me if I'm wrong, is this the first show that we've done together?
Yeah, I think so. Because like the other times I've been on Smack Raw is when Katie and Kevin were doing recaps, but I've never done anything with you.
There we go.
As far as this goes, so
well,
first for everything.
I personally consider this the funnest show that I get to host. Although I do love doing the rewind with RN every week. This one I kind of like just to get to guide it, and then my three guests being you guys get to really carry the show and do all the hard work for me, and then I get to take all the credit when people tune into it. So it's a win-win for me.
It's like a manager role.
Hey, listen, you guys. If you're unfamiliar with Unpopular Wrestling Opinions, the way the show is structured is I'm going to read off a tweet to my panelists. They will then go ahead and debate over it, whether it's, actually a good take or if it's in fact really an unpopular opinion, at which case we'll go ahead and either pass it through or yeet it off the show. It's all tongue-in-cheek, so if you're featured on the show, we mean no harm unless we say we do. But I'm not going to plug the show. This is meant to be fun. You can plug everything after the show. Are you guys ready to kick this off?
Yeah.
Yes,
Let's
sir.
go.
All right. So tweet number 1 coming in from friend of the show at Marie_Shadows. She says,
Yes.
I need ref Aubrey to cut out the overdramatics. I was trying to focus on Moxley and Suzuki and not her checking for every small move to make sure the guy is okay. You'll know if someone gets knocked out. Is Aubrey overdoing it, everyone?
I don't think so. Honestly, you would just say that all the other referees are overdoing it. Aubrey's just fun.
I was going to say, I think Aubrey, because, is she overdoing it? Maybe, but I think it's for, entertainment purposes. I don't think it's because she wants to, she's intentionally trying to just make things over dramatic. I also think that, she's one of the few refs that, actually, gets involved in some way. I will never forget I think it was All Out 2019 when she straight up like shoved Jericho back, like he was getting mad at her and she shoved him back. Like no other ref has really done that, especially on pay-per-view. So that's something I personally liked. But again, I guess it's a give or take, you know. I guess it's like really depends on how you feel. I'm kind of on the fence.
No,
Yeah.
see, that's the thing about this show. You cannot be on the fence. You're for
Damn,
it or against.
okay. You know, dang it. Okay. It's because I don't really pay attention to Aubrey enough to realize, like, okay, yeah, she's overdoing it.
I don't
think
know
she's-
who would pay more attention to the referees. It's
Yeah, like I'm too busy watching the match,
I don't
not the
care.
ref.
But I feel like if the referee does catch your attention, I think that's a sign of a bad referee because you shouldn't take the attention off of who's wrestling in the ring. And personally, I think like lately she's kind of been better about like falling into the background. I think in the beginning of AEW, she was kind of more flamboyant. Like she had the bright red lipstick and she was way more animated and stuff like that. I think Bryce Remsburg is worse than her personally. But yeah, nowadays, I don't think she's that over dramatic.
I'm gonna say no either because again, I feel like I would have noticed, but my attention's on the match. She's not drawing attention away from the match, in my opinion.
All right. So I feel like that's like a soft, unanimous way of everyone saying, Marie, your tweet is trash.
Sorry, Marie. We love you, but yeah, that's trash.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Okay. Tweet number 2 coming in from Jake Isn't Jacob. He's speaking on the tag team championship reign of Natalya and Tamina, and he says he personally loved this reign. He appreciated all the work Natty and Tamina put in, and it really made the belts mean something special. Did those women elevate the belts?
No,
I personally have no opinion.
no, they didn't.
No, I don't think so. I guess because like you see, for example, Bliss and Cross, or she's now Nikki ASH, but like when she was Cross at the time, I think they lifted the belts. I even think the Kabuki Warriors lifted the belts because they seemed more like of a believable tag team than Natty and Tamina. I think it was just a very random tag team that they just threw together, and because of that, like, oh, they're the champs. And then even then, like part of the reign was being held while Natty was injured. So there was no like defending it. They would just show up every now and then talk shit, and then that was it.
Yeah, I mean, it was. Yeah, no effort was put.
Honestly, I
towards
feel like the
reign at all.
Iconics had a much better reign.
Yeah, that's true. I think the
Yeah.
Iconics did also.
Yeah, Kabuki Warriors definitely were the best at the height of those titles. But yeah, when Natty and Tamina, I mean, it was just a way to give Tamina a title for her tenure there, in my opinion. It was fine, but everything they were involved with was always like, oh, I'm gonna fast forward this, or oh, I'm gonna go to the bathroom during this.
Yeah, bathroom break.
There's women's tag teams that make sense, and then there's some that are just completely random. Natty Tamina is just one exception.
Actually, I didn't
Or
hate the
one
team.
example.
Actually, I really don't like Natalya, but
I
like,
don't think it's a bad team.
right.
So I'm just putting it out there. It's just
I'd-
random.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
wasn't
I don't
interested
think-
at all.
I was gonna say it was random. They really had no reason to be a team, you know.
Yeah. Like here's one random tag team. Do you remember when CM Punk and Kofi Kingston were a tag team?
Yeah.
All right, Eric, that is not the topic of discussion, my friend.
Never mind.
Okay.
No, I'm just kidding with you, man. All right, so you guys don't think they elevated the televisuals?
No.
Mm-mm.
No.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I was kind of feeling
No.
that one too.
Kind of like a
at
filler,
Jake Isn't
a filler
Jacob,
reign.
your
Yeah.
tweet is trash. All right, you guys. Going on to tweet number 3 of the evening, coming in from Icarus Fell MD. Now, this guy's always stirring the pot online. I've seen. He says, anybody want to talk about how Ruby Soho got the same reaction she got in the E? None. And the song sucks too. Man, harsh words, but does he have a point?
So such an unnecessary tag at the end.
What?
And your song sucks. Who heard
It
you,
got
bud?
rancid.
You literally had to add in "and your song sucks." It's like I like it. It's on
I like it
Spotify.
too.
Yeah, the
I like
song's
her.
fine. I don't know.
There's like, don't bring the song into it.
Yeah,
hell
as far
no.
as the reaction goes, like it's not even really an opinion. Like just listen to your use your ears. You could hear that's way bigger of a reaction in AEW than it was ever like combined in WWE.
Yeah.
Chat's already coming in saying trash it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's dumpster trash.
Yeah. I had a
Everything
feeling.
else. Everything else was fine until you said the song sucks. It's like, okay, no, you go by.
Icarus fell MD. Man, we're 3 for 3 today. It's been a while since we've had 3 tweets trash, but this one's trash nonetheless too. Lately, the shows have actually been quite nice. They've rallied around the tweets, man.
Oh, fuck that. Fuck that.
Eric has got to be the most mobile guest we've ever had already. We're getting the Grand Tour MTV
I'm
cribs
sorry,
over
I'm just
here.
waiting for a drink.
I feel
Going
like
around asking people for their opinions.
And plus, people outside, they were playing music, so I had to relocate inside.
Okay.
Kids, get off my lawn.
Tweet number 4 coming in from Spees Benchmark. Okay, he's been on the show before.
Uh-oh.
Good old Spees. He says the Elite are currently the shittiest gimmick in wrestling. I'm prepared to die on this hill. They are absolutely terrible in every way.
Wow.
Trash.
I can hear
Trash.
Bama cheering.
No.
That's worse than trash. Like, way worse than trash.
That's
I
dumpster
mean-
fire.
Yeah, you're banned, if anything, for that.
let's hold on.
I'm just gonna turn around really quick.
Yeah.
It's
How dare you.
okay. When we say
Although
shittiest, you go ahead.
I will say this, that's when I've been with Geek, that he says that the Elite seemed overrated in some occasions where he's basically just over them. Like, we've already seen all their shenanigans and everything, so it's like, what more can they prove? But honestly, like I said, the Elite they are who they are. Without them, we would not have this. So just let them be. They got their BT stuff that's keeping them.
And you know what? That tweet just proves they're doing their part right as heels.
Basically.
You are basically just giving them what they want to hear. So you can say what you want, but you're just feeding into their heel tactics.
Hey, I mean, not bad for a t-shirt company, right?
Yeah, I know, right?
The Elite, I mean, their gimmick, I think their gimmick works for the Young Bucks. I like the Young Bucks. I think they thrive when they're just really annoying, like douchebag heels. But everyone else in the Elite, it really seems forced what they're doing, especially Kenny Omega. Kenny Omega doesn't seem like he's into anything that they're doing. He seems like a background guy when he's their world champion. Like the Bucks seem like the leader, and I don't like that at all. Gallows and Anderson are like just always just the henchmen guy. But they're fine with that. They get paid to be just bump and feed henchmen, which is fine. But like they're not interesting at all. Brandon Cutler stinks. Nakazawa stinks. Like this, are they the shittiest faction in wrestling? I mean, maybe when you factor in like how big they are and how prominent they are. Like they're not the worst faction. But if you combine that with the fact that they're shown on TV so much, I could see where Speeds is coming from here. They are just kind of a bootleg DX NWO, so it is what it is. I do like the rompers that the Bucks wear, though. I am a big fan.
The rompers. God, no, I'm ready for those to be gone personally.
I took some getting used to, but now I actually purchased one of the ones and actually purchased a second freaking outfit that they've shown off. So it took getting used to. But the thing with Kenny Omega is, I can see where you're coming from, or it doesn't seem like he's into it. But this whole him acting the way that they are, this weird goofiness, it's really nothing new. It's just what's to come. And it just, again, back to the long-term storytelling that AEW does. It's going to be goofy now, but later down the line, especially after Kenny loses his title, we're going to see that darker side of Kenny, the heel that everyone was expecting, the heel or the cleaner that everyone was expecting from the beginning of AEW. It's just, you need to give it time. And that was just something that Kenny's kind of been known for in Japan. He's always been different. He was always the different heel. He was a little more sillier than, the more serious heels, but he also had this dark side to him, which is why I don't see a problem in him participating in what the Bucks are doing. Because I could see where, it's definitely something the Bucks would do, but it's not unexpected for Kenny to do the same, in my opinion.
Right.
Adam Cole, it's a little surprising for me, at least. I think Adam Cole, it feels a little forced. I can agree there.
Yeah.
But
I feel like he's the hitman of that group.
Yeah, but it's pretty obvious he's gonna either get kicked out or he's gonna turn on them at some point, especially with how over he is with the crowd. It's just a temporary thing. So I can't complain.
I'm honestly more hoping he betrays the elites.
I don't think the elite would kick 2 Atoms out of the elite. So I think he would. I think they would.
No.
I think he would turn against them.
I feel like at some point, Cole, I don't know, maybe if it's just like an amnesia thing they're going through with that he doesn't remember getting kicked out. He's my best friend. It's like, no, you're going to find out the truth. That's like, we're kicked out, So
Yeah.
I'm just, it'll be satisfying just watching Adam
I
Cole
think, honestly, I think Hangman is going to be the one to snap him out of that delusion.
Yeah.
He's going to bring him back to reality. It's just we need Hangman to come back first.
Wasn't Adam Cole kicked out of the Bullet Club by the Young Bucks? Wasn't that how that went down?
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like there's some tie-ins that could go with there, like I don't forget kind of deal.
Every fairy tale needs a hero and a villain.
Mm-hmm.
Which we can't talk about.
All right. So as far as the elite being a shitty group, though, where do you guys stand on that?
That is shit. Trash.
Dumpster fire.
I think it's like recycled trash. I don't think it's that bad. I think it's like the kind you fold up and slightly put into the bin, not like a smelly.
You'll pick it up later.
Yeah.
You'll be back.
All right, man. 4 for 4 today. Spees, my friend. Ooh. You tweets trash. In his defense, he did say he was ready to die on that hill. So,
well, rest in peace.
Death he was given.
It's just like Squid Game. You were prepared to die.
Oh man. If you guys haven't checked out Squid Games on Netflix yet, yeah, please go check it out.
Yes.
I need to.
Yes.
I have not yet.
Really quick, I forgot to mention earlier, after every 5 tweets, I'm going to go back into the live chat and read off your guys' personal UWOs in the chat. I'll read it off to the panelists, and they can give you their gut reaction. So we'll go ahead, and if you have any, leave it now. I'll look for them after this next tweet. Coming in, number 5 is from Roadshow, friend of the show once again. A lot of friend of the shows here. Says, I hate how Jeff Hardy's being treated, man. I get he is a step behind what we all remember, but he is an absolute legend. What is going on? I think this is in reference to Jeff getting beat down last night and then kind of being on the losing end as of late. Is he being mistreated?
Absolutely.
Yes.
Especially if you see the way they're treating Matt Hardy. No offense to Matt Hardy, but he's not the better of the Hardy Boys. That's all Jeff. So the fact that he's getting treated better than Jeff is kind of like, wow.
I disagree. I think people are overreacting about Jeff Hardy, like, because he came out that one segment for the 24/7 title and everybody lost their minds. And then the next week he was in the US title picture. He's on a paper. He was on the pay-per-view, right? For the US title.
Yeah.
And he's been constantly, like, throughout the past couple of years, he was IC champion. He was United States champion. He's been involved. He's always been on TV. He's had programs with Sheamus that have gotten a lot of time. Like, yeah, he doesn't need to be world champion at this point in his career. This is coming from me. Jeff Hardy is my favorite wrestler of all time. I don't think he necessarily needs to be that main event guy anymore. I think he has a value to the show, and I think he's provided that value brilliantly the past couple of years. And so I don't hate. I think he's at a point in his career where he's there to put over younger guys, to be that name for younger guys, to beat an established name and to build them up. So, yeah, I disagree. I think Jeff Hardy's been handled fine.
But if he's but then when he keeps losing to the younger guys, does it really bring any meaning? Because, he beat Jeff Hardy. Well, so did this person, so did that person, so did the person last week. I think it loses the value of who Jeff Hardy is. So have him win a few times at least, and then so it can be a bigger deal if they beat him. Like, whoa, they just beat Jeff Hardy,
He beat Karrion Kross, and everybody lost their mind about that too. And then
that's true.
He recently
that was out of nowhere. But why?
I don't know.
I was expecting a fight. I wanted a fight, not like a 3-minute squash match just because NXT lost the ratings to AEW. Like, what the hell was that?
I don't know how that ties in, but,
but
yeah,
it's like, what?
I don't. Yeah, but Jeff Hardy won a match to get into that triple threat at Extreme Rules too. He wins sometimes.
Yeah. All right. So it sounds like okay. So I got Savannah, you said yes, he's being mistreated. Kyle, you said nah, he's doing okay. What about you, Eric? Easy.
Mistreated.
Mistreated. Dang, Roadshow, you get the first pass of the evening. Congratulations, my friend. Your tweet has some merit.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, I kind of tend to agree a little bit with Kyle over here. I feel like Jeff behind the scenes, they're just like, hey man, do you want to be on TV this week? He's like, yeah, what do I got to do?
Mm-hmm.
And one week they're like, we'll get you in the title picture. The next week they're like, you can just run around out back with everybody.
Look, yeah, the fact that Jeff Hardy is still walking at this point in his career should be a blessing, and we should all just be happy with that.
Yeah.
Ain't that the truth? You remember that time in TNA, he kind of just like ragdolled off the top of the cage onto like the steps and like broke his leg or something. I remember just seeing like he just let himself go like off of the cage once, and it was like peak scary Jeff.
Yeah.
All right, looking back at the chat, it says Matt Ritter says, and Savannah has lost all credibility with the Jeff Hardy take.
Wow.
Mm.
I didn't even know I had credibility with you, Matt, so.
Man, that's heartbreaking. I hate to see it.
Oh, Matt chimes in last second with his own unpopular take. He says Goldberg brings more value to WWE than Jeff Hardy.
I disagree.
Yeah, okay.
Oldberg? Yeah, get out of here, bud. Get out of here, Bill. We've had enough of you.
Oh, man, I think I get to do it. I didn't even put him on the show yet. Matt Ritter, your tweet's trash. I try to trash him every show. He was bragging, too. I didn't put any of his tweets on tonight. I still got to yeet him.
That's somebody who just loses and has no more value anymore is Goldberg. Like, when was the last time Goldberg won a match? I guess it's The Fiend, right?
It's been, yeah, I think it was The Fiend.
He didn't. Yeah, he beat the Fiend.
He lost to Braun
Saudi.
Strowman. He lost to
Drew McIntyre.
He lost to Lashley, or what? That was DQ or whatever. But
yeah,
still,
his son lost immediately afterwards too.
Yeah.
Bama says, I love how Eric is doing the show and giving us a tour of his house. I kind of got those Seth Rollins vibes, man. I just wanted to see you open the fridge and lounge for a second.
You want me to do the weekends, like when he's like running around during the Super Bowl?
Yes.
Please.
No, because if you run into something, I'm gonna have to fix the show in a hurry.
Again, this is just like last minute because I was getting back from work, but at least I'm happy to be here.
No, it looks good.
Yeah.
I like what you did.
Yeah.
All right, moving on. Tweet number 6. We'll get back to your unpopular opinions right after tweet number 10. Coming in at 6. Another pot stirrer. Paul James, or coming in from at Paul James 198. He says this is in regards to that the Owen Hart tournament that's coming up. He says, I think AEW honoring Owen Hart has nothing to do with them. And the Owen Hart Cup is just them sticking it to WWE. And as a huge Owen Hart fan, I can't get behind that. I'm sorry. It's just making me want to hate AEW more. Is this Owen Hart Cup just a malicious middle finger to WWE?
The only reason why I say no is because they haven't taken shots at WWE over like, oh, we can, like, at least Owen Hart, like the Owen Hart Foundation, like, they want to work with us. And they didn't say anything in regards to like taking a shot at WWE because that's one thing, as much as I love AEW, I do think that the cheap shots at WWE, like in the beginning, oh, that was so cool. But now it's like, okay, you don't need to do that anymore. So I feel like it's something that they would have done if it was just to take a shot at the WWE.
I think it's honestly funnier if like wrestlers are just taking shots at each other for being on WWE. But honestly, it's really just a good remembrance tournament. Like, keep in mind, Owen Hart did wrestle somewhere else before going to WWE, because you might as well say that all WWE superstars are ex-independent superstars, but that's a whole other topic. But I like this tournament. I like what they're doing with it. A good remembrance to Owen. And this isn't AEW trying to throw shit at WWE. This is really just them saying, we remember one of like the greatest superstars that unfortunately lost his life way too soon. So I'm down for how this is going to look. And this is not just me saying that because I'm from Canada.
A little biased. Yeah, Owen Hart hasn't been a focal point of like a mainstream wrestling company since he died. Really, like he doesn't get mentioned on WWE at all. Like, I know it's like the legal issues with that. So this is just a way for him to kind of for people who aren't familiar with Owen Hart, maybe to like acknowledge him or like just to kind of get his name out there and all he did for the business. And especially in AEW when you have guys like Jericho, Christian, who are like friends with Owen or, and stuff like that. So they want to just honor him. So I don't I'll think of everything as like, oh, it's just a shot at WWE. Like, what kind of fan are you? So yeah, that tweet is trash.
It's trash.
Also, sorry, spam call was calling, so I had to block them. Gotta love that.
All right, Paul James, 198. Personally, I think you can be a sweetheart if you were to try to, but tonight your tweet is trash.
A lot of trash tonight.
It really is, man. I think we're setting a record. I'm gonna have to go back.
It's like a landfill.
And October is coming up, so maybe everyone's getting spooky.
That's it.
Or October is here.
I'm about to say, yeah, I think we're in October.
Yeah, I mean, there's a pumpkin on the screen, so I hope it is. Otherwise, you'd be a silly goose.
I have completely misthemed this entire layout.
I was like, I think it's October, but I see Christmas stuff at the store, so maybe it's not October.
Oh, man.
Funny that I work at the Christmas Story House.
All right. On to tweet number 7. Coming in from Mad Vertigo, New York Drip. He was actually supposed to be on tonight, and he backed out last second. He says he'll be on a show later this week to explain the reasoning behind it. But for now, unpopular opinion, hockey is more entertaining than American football. He says, I said what I said.
Wow.
I'm fine with that.
Yes.
No,
yes.
I'm the only one who disagrees. I'm from Texas. Football's a religion here. So of course, I'm not gonna say it's trash because people have their opinions, but I just disagree. That's all I'll say. I'll respectfully disagree because as someone who's from Texas, I don't even watch hockey. I've never seen like a freaking snippet of hockey in my life.
Yeah.
You missing out.
Hockey's definitely an in-person sport, in my opinion. I always have a tough time following it on TV. Like it just seems like a lot of people skating, and then every once in a while a light will go off, and I'll be like, oh, I guess somebody scored. So, but yeah, I would say hockey. I'm kind of indifferent. I'm in Virginia, so we don't have sports here. So, but yeah, it's not trash.
You got college football.
Yeah, that's about it. We have college sports. We
go.
have a great women's basketball team here, but that's about it.
There you go.
Oh man! All right.
Do you really need a Canadian explaining why hockey's better? That's all I'm gonna say.
Once Easy revealed he's from up north, I was like,
Canada.
This is probably it.
Y'all know we're from Canada. It's like Twitter.
But you don't like the Canadian Football League?
I love the Canadian Football League.
Isn't that where Brett Favre plays now?
Nope. Thank God, no.
He did a hilarious B&B commercial not too long ago or something like that. It was fun. He was taking like a hot tub bath or something and was like throwing a tantrum. It was stupid as shit.
That sounds pretty sexy to me.
Yeah.
I love
Matt Vertigo. God damn it. They like your tweet.
Oh, yeah.
I don't.
Blame Canada.
Oh, man.
Exactly.
All right. Tweet number 8 coming in from Back to the Ring. This is from Bob, Blowout Man's co-host on the Back to the Ring podcast. He says, all triple threats and other multi-person singles matches should be elimination. That way the champ or the person who eliminates the champ has a chance to be involved in the outcome.
That sounds good.
I agree.
I like the concept.
Yeah. I mean, it's always like you have a triple threat match, and let's say like person A pins person B. The next week, every time person C is going to come in like, I didn't lose that match. I deserve a rematch. It's like the same thing. Let's just make them all eliminations so we like get rid of all that.
And, and also, hold on, I was going to say something about that regarding like the triple threat. Like also, it's also, I feel like would make triple threats less, because one thing I don't like about triple threats is that a lot of the times someone is in it just to take the pin and it's very obvious. So at least if it's elimination, it's going to be like, well, who's going to pin who or who's actually going to win? I feel like it keeps it more exciting.
I agree.
I like that concept.
Yeah.
I don't care if either WWE, AEW, or anybody else wants to try that concept. I would love to see it.
WWE does the triple threats though. AEW does the tag teams.
Yeah, the, like, 16-man tag.
I'm not even joking. Like the grandson show, like had like I want a bunch of tag teams. There was a bunch of tag teams. I was like, oh, another tag match. Okay.
Sounds about right. I want to see triple threat matches in MMA. I think that'd be great.
Oh my god.
Oh.
Just getting clocked in the back of the head.
And then just kicked.
They already have team MMA matches.
Really, do they?
Over in Russia, it always ends the same way.
Ooh.
Oh, Russia. Say no more.
Yeah, the first team where a man goes down, it's over because they're able to double team one of them and then like triple team another. Yeah,
Right.
whichever team has the first guy drop, it just becomes like a gang beating. It's quite awful, actually. I'm not gonna lie.
You know what? If MMA ever does like a 3-way fight, I want to see one of the Paul brothers in there, just so one of them gets beat up by the other two.
It's just instantly isolated, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yes. It's like the moment the bell rings, both those guys, they just start jumping in.
Oh, that sounds like the dream.
It is. Please, I don't want WWE doing it. Hell no. MMA, you have a legal right to beat up people, so I want to see the Paul brothers get beat up.
There you go.
Yeah.
Legal right.
If there are people out there that like Logan and Jake Paul, good for you. But I think they are the worst human beings out there.
I didn't even know who Logan Paul was until that whole situation in 2018, and I was like, oh wow. Like,
yeah.
I was like, yeah, I probably will never like this guy if he does. This is the kind of shit he does, or that he's gonna be like known for. Yeah, no thanks.
And yet WWE always thinks bring him in because they're awesome. Like
the kids love them.
The kids love them
with their TikTokers.
They
and
don't know what's good on YouTube or Twitch these days.
Yeah.
Oh man. All right. Somehow this comes back to Bob.
I know.
Bob from Add Back to the Ring. They like your tweet, man.
Oh yeah.
I think that was the quickest unanimous agreed tweet of the evening.
Yeah,
it's a good concept.
Yeah, man. Yeah. No, I actually when I saw that, I instantly agreed with it because the two things that I like the most that I never see is multi-man. It's usually fatal 4-way elimination matches and tornado tags. Those are like my favorite matches, and you really never see them. So when Bob said everything needs to be elimination, I was right there for it.
That's pretty much what ECW did, right? They're pretty much all elimination matches, I think.
Yeah. All right, number 9 coming in from the evening. From Neo Reality Entertainment, or Neo Reality Ent. Okay, pitching a potential main event match if everything goes right for them. Gable Stevenson versus Rex Steiner at future WrestleMania. Story, the man who was given everything versus the man who worked for everything. Are we there yet? Are we there? Potential main event between these two?
Rex Steiner and who?
Gable Stevenson, who was, Olympic gold medalist, wrestler. Who was just signed. And then, of course, current Braun Breaker of NXT 2.0.
With 2Ks.
Yes, 2Ks. Because he's crazy.
1K wasn't enough.
Am I the only one that gets... I feel like everybody's comparing this Stevenson guy to Kurt Angle, obviously because of the Olympic element to it, but I'm getting more like Dan Severn vibes than Kurt Angle, personally. I feel like he's getting so much.
Yeah, I really don't have an opinion because I don't really know these two very well, so jury's out on this end.
Honestly, yeah, because like I've heard their names, but I don't really know much about them.
Well, use that to your argument. Would you feel comfortable saying a main event of WrestleMania is done by two people you know nothing about?
Well, here's the thing, though. If that's the case, you will eventually, if that's the case, if they do go to main event WrestleMania with the storyline, you would learn more about them.
Oh, sorry, Matt Ritter's correcting me. It's Gable Stevenson, not Stevenson.
I'm going to continue to call him Stevenson just to piss off Matt.
There you go. Thank you, guys.
Still doesn't matter. Jury's out on my end.
I like the concept though, like the man who was given everything versus the man that worked for everything. I think that's a really good if you do it right, it can work really well. So I think the only reason why I say yes for that is because I can see it happening in the future, and I like the concept of two completely different paths coming together.
Yeah, I don't know so is Rex or Braun Breaker, is he the one that was given everything?
That's what I would assume. You made your way into the wrestling business based off your dad's name, but right. I could see Gable Stevenson made his way into the wrestling business based off of his celebrity being an Olympic gold medalist.
Yeah, but he had to work to be a gold medalist. That's he didn't just wake up one day and then suddenly was
Let me go win
Did
a
he
gold
at
medal
least
real quick.
win with a? Did he at least win with a broken freaking neck?
I don't think so. So in my opinion, it doesn't even count.
Then I don't care.
Throw the gold medal in the trash.
Hey, listen. I will say this.
Damn.
His gold medal is super dramatic still because he was losing in points and only had about 5 or 6 seconds to secure the win, and he literally secured it with like 0.2 left on the clock. I mean, it was a buzzer beater finish for him, so it was dramatic, just not a broken freaking neck.
Like it's no broken neck, but
I'm literally looking him up right now because I gotta know who is this guy.
Don't look too deep. You'll find stuff we don't want to talk about on air. Trust me.
Yeah, for that reason, I
will say he's bulk, and hey, went to the same university that Brock Lesnar went to for his wrestling stuff.
Yeah, I was about to say, like Brock Lesnar, Kurt Angle, it gives me that same kind of vibe, this idea, but we haven't seen Gabe in the ring, so.
I would love to see that. Brock Lesnar, Gable Stevenson. I would see that.
I'm
just my opinion.
In my opinion, I don't think it's going to happen, but I'm.
You're for
I
it.
do like it.
Yeah.
I was going to say.
Yeah, I like it.
I like it too.
Cool, man. I guess we'll put it through. Neo Reality or Entertainment, I believe that's what it's short for. They like your tweet.
Oh yeah.
It's Neo Reality ENT,
Yeah, friend.
There you go. All right, tweet number 10, and then I'll get to the live chat. Coming in from everybody's favorite D's. It's my WrestlePod. Unpopular opinion, Jinder Mahal was a great WWE champion. He did the best he could in the role that he wasn't ready for at the time and did the best he could with the terrible booking creative he was given. I enjoyed his run. Don't hinder the Jinder. May I say, I love how in this tweet he says he was a great champion and then says it wasn't his fault that he sucked at everything.
Right. It's fair to say he did the best he could. I think he did do the best that he could have, but that doesn't necessarily mean that it was a great title run. It wasn't a great title. It was okay at best.
I liked it. Like I was shocked when he won it. It was like, holy shit. Would I call it like the greatest reign? Of course not.
It's hard to say.
It's
hard to say because, I guess the way it happened, for example, he beat Randy Orton of all people, it just doesn't seem believable. Kind of like when Carmella beat Asuka clean, and Asuka was like pretty much undefeated at the time, it really didn't seem believable. So I feel like that kind of tarnishes the reign as well, if it's not believable. Like, yeah, there's no way this could happen, but they make it happen. Well, I don't see it being, as good of a reign. So was it a good reign? I don't know, man. I think I'll say no. Because not just because I'm an AJ fan, but I was very happy the title was off Jinder after AJ beat him overseas. Yeah.
I mean, as far as it being believable, he did have the element of the Singh brothers with him to get involved in his matches. So that was kind of the differentiating thing. Like, why couldn't he win before and why can he now? It was because he had his cronies to get involved.
Yeah,
with that being said, like all of his matches were that. He was a very one-speed champion. Every match was the same. Like if you go back and watch his 2 pay-per-view matches with Randy Orton, like they're almost identical. So for that reason, I wouldn't say his title reign was great. I think he looked great as champion. I think it was better than a lot of people give it credit. I think people shit on it a lot. I don't think it was that bad, but to say it was great, I think is being exaggerated.
I agree with Kyle. On this. Like I liked it when it spur of the moment, all that. But was it a great reign? when you look back at it, it's like, yeah, really is hit and miss. But I still thought it could have been done better. But him as champion, I was made to believe it. I thought he pulled it off pretty well.
It was okay, but that's all it was. It wasn't good. It wasn't great. It wasn't one of the best. Not even close. So I say no, it wasn't a good reign. Because it was all right. It was like maybe subpar at best.
Yeah. All right. So,
again, unpopular opinion. I thought it was a great reign.
There you go.
It is an unpopular opinion, but it's also trash.
Well, 2-1. Chris D's, you piece of shit. Your tweet's trash.
At least I support you.
Someone.
You got someone that likes you.
Over in the live chat, BamaDave has chimed in. He says, UWO, Drew McIntyre is, quote unquote, the chosen one to beat Roman at WrestleMania.
I don't hate it, I guess.
I was going to say, I was like, I can see it, but just, right now with what they're doing with Drew McIntyre, he's, I know right now going to go face Big E at Crown Jewel, I guess, just to have a match, just to say, look, we have a championship match. But he's definitely not the same Drew that he once was when he first won the title. And I don't think it helps that, like, he won the title, he lost the title, and then he got the title back, and then he got, put in the title picture so many times. I think it was kind of like too much. They were pushing him too much to us. So I feel like it's maybe because it'll be the Universal Championship and it's against Roman Reigns, and it kind of makes sense because, it can kind of be like redemption from Survivor Series. I could see it. But yeah, I think they just need to try and rebuild Drew into like the same guy he was when he first won the title.
I wouldn't say WrestleMania. I would say Royal Rumble. I could see Drew taking down Roman.
It doesn't matter where it is.
That's way too far. That's too far for me.
All right.
Yeah.
So wait. I got one for Rumble, one for Mania. What about you, Kyle?
I don't think Drew McIntyre is going to beat Roman. I can see that being a major milestone in Roman's reign. Pardon the pun, everybody. We're all having fun. But I don't think Drew McIntyre is going to beat him. I think he's going to lose to Roman, and then that's going to spark a heel turn for Drew McIntyre.
I could see that a lot more than him beating him, honestly. Because, I think he needs to turn heel again.
Yeah.
So. My original thought was not Drew. I would think Seth Rollins.
No.
Well, they're on different brands now, right?
If he does, I haven't been paying attention much with the draft.
Monday Night Rollins is back.
Yeah, but I could.
Yeah, he's back on Raw again.
I could see maybe
Bama, your opinion's trash, by the way. Let me just get that in there.
Here, Bama.
Roll Tide.
I got another one for you. Blowout Man, Aloha Blowout. He says peanut M&Ms. I'm assuming that's his unpopular opinion. Is peanut M&Ms are the prime M&Ms.
I do like them, but my personal favorite are peanut butter M&Ms. But I too like peanut M&Ms. I think they're better than the regular ones.
I did not know there was peanut butter and peanut M&Ms. I thought they were all the same.
No, there's some with peanuts in them, and there's some with peanut butter.
Yeah, I always get peanut M&Ms every time I see a movie.
I'm gonna say I definitely they're not my movie snack choice, but when if I'm gonna eat M&Ms, I definitely choose peanut M&Ms over regular ones. I guess it's just I don't like just chocolate. I have to have something with it, whether it's mint, peanuts, peanut butter, caramel.
I think regular M&Ms suit better when you put it in a milkshake.
I've never done that.
Why you say that like we're all just throwing M&Ms in milkshakes? It's about that time of night. Let me just get this bag of M&Ms.
But mini M&Ms, like regular mini M&Ms, are better than M&Ms. I don't know why I like the mini ones better.
The fun size, that's the only M&Ms.
I will say that mini M&Ms are the best.
I don't know why they just hit different.
They do. You just
that's what I guess when you have a McFlurry, also they have the mini M&Ms. And
I think it's just you just felt so cool, just pop that cap open, just
Matt
dunk
Ritter
it in your mouth.
Look at pretty Kyle.
Yeah, I guess so. Those are the only shots I take. The M&M shots.
You felt like a pill popper or something.
I know.
I'll say this.
True, because even at the container, the pill container.
Ritter says, "Look at pretty Kyle. That's not a body built by M&Ms."
Oh. Black hides a lot. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, really quick blowout. I think I lost track. That was a lot of M&M chatter. I'm just gonna put it in.
One more thing about M&Ms.
All right, let's.
M&Ms are good.
Dude, we just got the most heated topic was fucking M&Ms.
Man, I'm a little sweaty after that.
Oh my god. Man. Anyways, tweet number 11. We're on the last stretch here. Coming in from PWD_official. Unpopular opinion: Sasha's return was unnecessary.
Which one? I feel like she's returned like 5 times this year.
Hashtag extreme
I'm
rules.
with Kyle.
Sasha.
Which one? I'm with Kyle. Which
Are
one?
we talking about the most recent one?
Yeah, hashtag extreme rules was the hashtag. So, yep.
I don't think it
it was
was
unnecessary.
No,
It's-
it was
That's
unnecessary.
unnecessary.
Well, they
Sasha ruined the damn match. I know it's not her fault because she didn't book this shit, but it ruined it. We got the match we wanted to see at SummerSlam, which you know, because Sasha just had to be AWOL. So
it was the way it was done was really bad. Like if it was obviously during the match, it's unnecessary. But if it was after the match, then she came out, that would have been much better.
yeah, because she has beef with both, so it didn't matter who
Exactly.
won. She could have come out and done something with
She could have beat both of them up.
Yeah, but no, it was unnecessary. So
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
they had to tie the loop on the Bianca Sasha storyline somehow. I guess they could have done it a different way, but I was fine with how it happened.
they could have like a number one contenders match against each other. That's it. That's how you can.
I got Kyle for it, Savannah against it. Where are you, Easy?
No, I said it. I was for it. I think it was unnecessary too.
Well, no.
Oh, sorry. Like
I'm sorry, I had that
like,
reversed. Kyle says
Yeah.
it was necessary. You're saying it's unnecessary. Sorry, I had that reversed.
Yeah,
I said it was unnecessary too.
All right, then. PWD_official, your tweet is trash.
I thought
I
the tweet said it was unnecessary.
Exactly. Ah, son of a bitch. Hold on. Let me
Yeah,
bring that
so
back.
it went
Hold
through.
on,
Oh,
let me
no.
bring that back.
Uh-oh.
Hold on.
Whoa.
PWD_official, my bad.
Uno
They
reverse,
like your tweet,
Uno
my
reverse
friend.
cards.
Totally do not
Yeah.
just geek that out of the show.
Oh yeah.
disrespecting the
I got you.
PWD.
It
Hold up,
gets,
so he
sir.
said it.
it
So
gets
I don't know if you probably
confusing.
said it fast. but
Yeah, no,
you
I
said
get it with the whole
was
unnecessary.
Unnecessary.
Yeah.
Yeah, was.
Oh, so it was unnecessary. Okay, I thought you said it wasn't necessary, or I don't
Yeah,
know.
no, that's where it gets confusing. Never mind. Anyways, my bad.
Next week we learn English.
Right, grammar lesson.
Let's go back to talking about candy. We seem to grasp
Yeah,
that.
candy.
We really got our
You know,
stride with the candy chatter, man.
Someone say something about candy.
Now, what if Eminem made his own Eminem brand? How would you call that?
I bet he's never heard that plan before.
M&Ms.
Oh my god. I wonder how often do you think he was hit up by
M&Ms.
Every
Mars to do some type of deal with them? Could not imagine.
I'm literally trying to think of a tongue twister now with Eminem's featuring Eminem.
M&Ms.
I'll think of it while we're talking.
Just
Ritter
gonna
says-
scream it out.
It's
Don't think
okay.
too
It's
hard.
Kai Tai's first time doing this. Yeah, it is a shame that this is like my 20th episode, and I still managed to fuck it up. All right. Tweet number 12 coming in from the ASW show. Adam Cole would be more captivating as a leader of the Elite than Kenny Omega. I said what I said. Hashtag AW Dynamite.
Probably, yeah. Because he's much better on the mic than Kenny Omega is.
And
But-
he's a bigger name, though. And if you've seen the way he's run the Bullet Club, Kenny is definitely more of a leader than Adam Cole. Adam Cole was never the leader. He never was a leader. I love you, Adam Cole, but no.
Not a big Undisputed Era fan?
I mean, like, I did not like them. It's just, I really put a halt on NXT after AEW came out. So, and I've loved Kenny more than Adam Cole, actually. So maybe I'm biased. I don't care, but
I feel like they kind of both equal with popularity. One Kenny
that's-
Omega just being a badass, and Adam Cole just having Adam Cole baby.
But that's the thing, and that's what Kenny's like. If you watch Being the Elite, Kenny is trying to pretty much get rid of Adam Cole already, and that's slowly gonna escalate somewhere else.
I is it basically like would Adam Cole make a better leader of the Elite? Because if that's the case,
Yeah.
I'd say no.
No.
At least not yet.
Yeah, especially if he just came back. Absolutely not.
Yeah, like.
Because I think it also has to do with the popularity thing. Because, you know, with the Undisputed Era, Adam Cole was definitely the most popular of the four. So, and you have the Elite, Kenny Omega has been the biggest name amongst all of them combined since, I want to say, maybe 2016 when the Elite even became a thing.
I mean, I don't even think Kenny Omega's the leader now. I feel like the Young Bucks are the leader of the Elite.
Honestly, it seems that way, really.
That's how it comes off on TV. At least me, the viewer, it doesn't seem like Kenny Omega doesn't come off like a leader to me at all.
I think he does when, like, you know, it's, I guess, how do I put this? When it's more about Kenny, like with the whole, like, when Jungle Boy and Kenny were feuding, Kenny was the leader, even though he was going up against a tag team wrestler, you know? But when it's like, when it's all of them, I can kind of see if it's all of, like, people have problems with all of them, like Bryan Danielson or like even like Christian Cage. I can kind of see where the Young Bucks take leadership, but I still think Kenny's still like the top dog, and not just because he's the champion.
Right. I guess it really just depends. Like, what is your definition of leader? Like, is it the one that's holding the world title, or is it the one doing the talking? I guess you could have Kenny Omega holding the title and Adam Cole doing the talking to kind of.
Yeah, but I think it also has to do with the popularity thing. Back to Adam Cole being like, you know, I think like that's the reason why he was, you know, the leader of the Undisputed Era, you know.
Yeah, I don't.
Do you think this could possibly set up an Omega Cole feud all because of the popularity?
I think it's gonna happen. That's exactly what's gonna happen. You just gotta wait.
Mm-hmm. So where are we at with Adam Cole being?
I'm gonna say Double or Nothing 2022.
I'm gonna say I agree with that.
I'm saying not yet, so it's a no today, but it will be a yes probably next year.
So you're investing in yes.
Currently no. I'll invest in yes later.
This all comes down to Savannah, and let me remind you, Savannah, the guy who tweeted this is in the live chat. It all comes down to you.
No, okay, Adam Cole is not a better leader than Kenny Omega. I don't care. Sorry. I'm pretty sure you're a cool person, but I don't give a shit if you're in the chat. It's still going to be no.
Oh, man. The ASW show. Your tweet's trash.
Was that some form of bribery or something?
I know, right? Like,
I just wanted to add like levity to the situation.
Think about your answer. Very.
Hey, I mean, unless you have
I've been a Kenny Omega fan since 2014. It's gonna take a lot more than him being in the chat for me to like have my mind made up on something like that.
That was fantastic.
What if he offered you some M&Ms?
Are they mini M&Ms?
You can chat, man.
Oh, we can find out.
They are. I'll consider.
Oh, that was fantastic. I love it.
Yeah, forget cryptocurrency. M&Ms is your new trade value.
It's M&Ms are solid here over on Smacked Raw.
Mini M&Ms.
There you go.
They're regular and still say no.
Yep.
All right. Tweet number 13 coming in from WrestleOps. Says, honestly speaking, there isn't a more perfect way to end this Edge and Rollins feud than a Hell in a Cell match at WrestleMania 38 next year.
I like that.
I like that.
And while you're at it, get rid of the Hell in a Cell pay-per-view and just have Hell in a Cells,
yes,
you know, when feuds need it, like this one does and would by WrestleMania time.
Ooh.
I think it'd give more excitement to Hell in a Cell matches. You know, if they don't have a pay-per-view for it, if they have it like on special occasions, then yeah. But
as much as I absolutely hated WrestleMania 32, they did put on a pretty decent Hell in a Cell match.
I was there.
Shane, my condolences.
I know.
So
it's the closest one I could get to.
I know. Hey, I was at 35. That was epic.
That was good, but I'm so far from New York.
I could see that as long as please just actually play the entire Broad entrance music, please.
Oh, the Brood?
Like just yes.
They kind of did at SummerSlam.
Yes, but I was so pissed that he had like such a quiet reaction. Then you hear, "You think you know me?" Then you're like, "Yeah." It's like, did you seriously think it was not Edge when he came out?
Like, who'd you think it was?
These kids today, they don't know Gangrel.
No, they don't.
I know. I didn't think they would go. Oh,
Could you imagine if Gangrel was the one that came out to introduce Edge?
That'd been a cool callback.
Man, do that at the
Honestly,
WrestleMania.
I would do that. This could literally be WWE's way of heaven versus hell, just like Cody versus Malachi.
Yeah.
Except this case, we have a Hell in a Cell.
I don't know,
It's
man.
only-
I think it would be hell versus hell because Edge that's Edge's shtick. Even when he's a good guy, he brings himself to that like point of no return if he has to. Like he throws his moral compass out the window.
Yeah. And I think the only Hell in a Cell match he's been in is the one with Undertaker, right? And that's like one of the best ones.
From
that
where?
ever happened,
About
so-
that
From
one.
where?
Didn't he get chokeslammed to hell in that one? Like went through the ring? Was that
Oh,
him?
SummerSlam. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I remember that.
I had to think about it for a second.
That was and then the fire. That was
Yeah,
epic.
well, he went to hell, Eric. You see.
Yeah.
So.
Basically, I know.
There's
The
fire
I still like the
guys.
fire. I like the fire.
But he came back, I guess. It's all fine. Just took a quick tour through hell.
Shout out
If
to
Brood,
so, I'm sorry. Shout out to Katie really quick. She says she was there. He got a huge pop for that Brood entrance.
I was gonna
It was
say
better
Okay.
than
Okay.
when New Day. That one time New Day did the Brood thing, and like nobody knew what was going on in the crowd.
Yeah.
I remember watching that. I was like, no way. I first thought it was like Demon Balor, and then it's like you hear the music like, wow. It's like, oh, no
Yeah.
way. Like
Goosebumps.
that was too epic.
It's great.
I get angry whenever I type in the GIF search on Twitter for like Gangrel or the Brood. It's the New Day entrance. You never get like Gangrel or the original Brood. It's the parody.
Yeah.
All right. Tweet number 14, almost out here, comes in from Ninja Hula Hoop. Says, unpopular opinion, Jim Cornette. This is in regards to bringing in a outside booker or writer for AEW Dynamite. They say, unpopular opinion, Jim Cornette to balance each other out with modern and old school style, or Triple H. There's a reason for a 2 to 3 year stretch in NXT for being as best as it was in the U.S. So would you guys like to see Cornette or Triple H be a writer for
Can you imagine?
AEW?
Triple
Can you
H
imagine?
for sure, not Cornette though, because it would take. I already heard like rumors that he's gonna come into AEW to manage FTR. I've heard
I would
rumors about that
love
going
that.
around.
That'd be incredible.
That'd be good, but here's the thing: it takes a lot of balls for a man to come after shit talking AEW the way he's had. It's gotten to the point where Jericho's apparently banned him from watching. He's like, "You're not allowed to watch because of those shit he
I
said."
forgot all
So-
about that.
I
He
was
did,
gonna say,
didn't he?
Yeah, he banned
Since
him on
when?
Twitter from watching.
I was like, since when does AEW even need Jim Cornette? And since when does Jim Cornette even need us? If you're gonna trash talk us, we might as well just bring in your buddy Bully Ray. Let's have the entire gang show up and tell us what are we doing wrong on Wednesdays.
I don't
We
think
already
it's
have
bad.
Dan Lambert doing that.
You know,
I don't
right?
think it's necessarily a bad thing to have another voice.
Yeah.
Like,
As-
we're not.
As like someone to be in the ring, like managing FTR, fine. But being someone who has a say in how shit is ran, absolutely not.
No.
Because
I mean,
That-
he would technically work for Tony Khan, though. It's not like he could just go outside of Tony Khan's will. And
Right.
I'm not
But-
supposed to, play devil's advocate,
Mm.
but I do look at Dan Lambert as like the olive branch. Like, hey, there's room for this in our program if done right.
okay, but then why do you need Jim Cornette? Like back to like we already have Lambert,
No.
so why do we need
No.
Cornette? Why do we need another one of those freaking
Lambert isn't a pro wrestling guy. Jim Cornette's he's a lifelong pro wrestling.
That
you
is
can argue
true.
You can argue if his
That
time
is
has
true,
passed
but
him.
like that is true, but it's like I guess it's kind of like a too little too late situation because if
No.
if Dan Lambert wasn't out here doing what he's doing, then yeah, it would make more sense for Cornette to be doing it.
Yeah.
But since they're already doing it, sorry Cornette, you can just go
No.
back to whatever it is you're doing now.
What is he doing these days?
It's a podcast, right?
Yeah,
Oh,
whatever.
Oh yeah.
that and then just stick to that.
When people have sex with his wife, all the normal
Oh my
things.
god.
Just the normal
Yeah.
things you do in
Yeah.
your retirement age.
Did that tweet also mention Triple H in AEW? It's like,
Yeah,
really?
Yeah, I feel like we're just glazing over that.
Yeah, Triple H. I usually try to avoid whenever they make two opinions because then it can get really muddy. But yeah, they said
messy.
if not Cornette, then Triple H, and then they backed it up like there's a reason NXT was the home of like professional wrestling for pro wrestling fans for like a good 3-year stretch.
Well, the only reason why I say Triple H is because that can bring more to the Forbidden Door, and we can have probably NXT working with them, but that's about it. Like, I don't think they need anyone like that. I don't think they need anyone right now. They're doing just fine. They're continuously bringing being the number one cable show for the week. Obviously they are able to do that with what they have now or what they're doing now. They don't need Cornette and they don't need Triple H. If anything, it's the other way around.
I don't even see like Triple H leaving for anybody. Just like, I feel like, if he's still happy wanting to work for WWE for the rest of his life.
Forced to be happy.
He's married to Stephanie McMahon.
Like, now, if it was Shane McMahon,
I now own AEW.
I could see that actually.
I could see that also.
Because it's not the first time Shane kind of dished WWE, but I think the last I heard is that he wants to open up a marijuana shop or something. I'm like,
what?
It's 2021, man.
Sounds legit.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Sounds
don't
like
call me.
guaranteed
It's like
money
it was
to
just stuff that I've been reading.
I remember that's when I think Katie and I joked about that. We're like, that's Raw Underground. That's the new Raw Underground. The marijuana joint.
All
what
right.
the hell has been?
Ninja Hula Hoop. I tried to, play it up for you, man, but your tweet's trash. All right, man. This has been a lot of fun.
It has been.
We got one left, and then we'll go ahead and get to the chat and let you guys plug everything before we go. Last tweet of the evening comes in from Daydream This. Says, I know people are going to say he's had other 5 stars, but in my opinion, not really. You can make the argument for Punk versus Bryan or Nigel, but Bryan's whole career in the Fed was wrestling the same type of match where he's the underdog, fighting from underneath, etc. Wednesday wasn't that, excuse me. So what they're claiming is the 5-star match Daniel Bryan finally got, they don't believe he's ever deserved 5-star prior to that.
Yeah, I can. If
I
we're going
can
by,
kind of see it though, and that's the thing.
If we're going by Dave Meltzer's criteria,
it as a
I agree with
five-star
it.
match.
Because I'm trying to think what other
Brian Omega
matches
was
could be
5-star.
5-star. What other matches could have been 5-star is the question. Like,
Right, and
even him with.
Katie playing devil's advocate comes in. Daniel Bryan versus Kofi Kingston.
I wouldn't give it 5 stars though. Maybe
But that's
4
the
and a
thing,
half.
though. That's what I'm saying. Like
I
we're all
was
going
there.
By,
I don't even think it's 5 stars.
we're going by
Maybe-
Dave Meltzer's criteria, and Dave
Um,
Meltzer doesn't take into account moments in his star
Okay.
ratings. He just takes into account the technical, like the nuts and bolts of the match. Like if you take into account a moment, like that's 12 stars. Bryan and Kofi.
I would say that Brian Batista and Orton, like I would put that as a 5-star.
There
But-
you go.
Because of the match or the moment?
The moment,
Mixture
the
of
match.
both.
I don't really remember a lot about the match personally, but
You guys come up with your
Yeah,
own
'cause
criteria,
a lot of
man.
people-
This is all subjective.
Because okay, I could see WrestleMania. When was it? 30. That's when it happened. I was like, when was it?
Yeah.
I could see that as like a 5-star, but again, it's like, I guess because again, it's about the moment more than I think the match. Because it kind of made it obvious after he beat Triple H in the beginning of that pay-per-view. It was pretty obvious that he was gonna win the whole thing. Because if he didn't, then what's the point of even having that first match?
I was gonna say, what if he lost? What if
Then
he had
it would
lost?
be then like then Evolution triple threat. But I don't know. But like it was kind of obvious if he won, then it was obvious. Look, he's gonna go and win all of it. But again, that was the moment. That wasn't the match that I think made it 5 stars.
See, I think like Brian Triple. I almost said Brian Hunter. Brian Triple H. That was the moment. Whereas I think the match was, the main event with Orton, Batista, and Brian, because there was already tension between Orton and Batista for the title. Now they got Daniel Bryan coming in, and then it's like, okay, so now it's like, so what do we do now? Again, it's like going back to Squid Game here. It's like, so what do we do here? How do we strategize? Do we
Always comes
team
back to
up?
Squid Game.
Always comes
Yeah,
back
like,
to Squid Games.
I haven't seen Squid Game, so
I was binging it. I was binging it last night. I didn't go to bed until 2 a.m. trying to finish that show, and I loved it.
I did the same thing whenever I watched it. I literally was like, it was 3 a.m, and I was still like, okay, one more episode.
And,
guess,
and I get a sense of happiness every time I hear da na 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 na. I like it.
I'm sure.
It's that, and because like I have a music teacher for a dad, so that's why too.
There you go.
I was gonna say, is it fair to compare it to like other 5-star matches that Danielson wasn't in, or could that count as like my criteria?
Like I said, it's 100% subjective. You come up with your own 5-star.
Because, for example, if you look at Bryan's other matches outside of his with Omega, like, you've seen like Bucks versus Golden Lovers, the Kenny Okada, feud, even Kenny versus Tanahashi. If you hadn't seen Okada versus Tanahashi for the G1,
yeah,
those are like definitely 5-star matches. And for example, Okada versus Tanahashi, it was for the G1. It was the first night for the B block, and it was still a 5-star match. And there didn't have to be a moment for that to have 5 stars. So I feel like because of that, like comparing it to stuff like that, I don't think Bryan has had matches that measure up to those kind of matches that people know. Like even the 7-star match, like nowhere close to that. It's nowhere close. So that's why I want to say I agree. Other than his match against Omega, I don't really think there's really been 5-star matches that didn't have a moment, because back to WrestleMania 30, there was a moment that made it special, I think it's all about the match and not a moment that it contributes to the match, if that makes sense.
Yeah. My favorite Daniel Bryan match that he had in WWE was, I forget what year it was, but it was Extreme Rules against Sheamus. It was a 2 out of 3 falls match. If anyone here hasn't seen that match, that's amazing. Probably the best match of both of their careers, at least in WWE. And I think hold on, I'm sorry. I'm reading the comments, and Blowouts, he said something about 16 years in the biz. That has nothing to do with it. How long has the Miz been in the W?
He was complimenting. He likes Eddie Kingston.
Oh,
that was towards his compliment of Eddie Kingston. That was unrelated. I saw that too.
I'm like, I know. I thought it was about Savannah Meltzer. You know what?
Savannah
Whatever.
Meltzer over here. I was getting those
What?
vibes.
Whoa.
Whatever. Because it's my criteria. It's subjective. So whatever.
Yeah. I mean.
Okay, then name me the other 5-star matches. Go. Like, name me the other matches then, if you want me to reconsider.
Shit. I didn't even realize I just turned someone else's tweets on. Hold on.
Just miss Jake Smith. Yeah, I think Bryan Danielson, Daniel Bryan, he's beyond Meltzer's star ratings in my opinion. I'll take a moment that Kofi Mania gave me over a 5-star wrestling match any day of the week personally.
Yeah, if this was up to me, I would rate that 5-star. Like if I was involved in this, that would have been it for me. But
yeah,
I'm kind of waiting for Kenny and Bryan to really have a fight where there is a winner, and that will be the 5-star match. So, and I kind of said this when I was on the podcast show with Geek, and we were even all discussing, is this a 5-star match? They were saying yes. I said no, because I said I'm waiting for the next one, because the end to a draw, it's like, that was good. I wouldn't call it a 5-star because I'm going to wait for the next one.
It makes you want more.
That actually makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
But
because there's going to be a rematch no matter how many times Kenny is going to say no. Will it be at Full Gear? Who knows?
No, it's not.
Yeah, who knows? All right, so you guys, surprisingly, man, I thought this one was going to get torn apart. You guys really dissected it, went into it, and it came out the other side virtually unscathed. At Daydream This, they really like your tweet.
Oh, yeah.
Wait, there we go. Get them off the screen real quick. Man, fantastic, you guys. Really, really interesting how some of those turned out. Not exactly what I want, not necessarily what I wanted, how I thought they would.
Right.
Started the first half. We yeeted on. crapload off of this show.
Trash can's full in this one.
Yeah, no, really did. We didn't have any more room. That's probably why we got some of them pushed through. Let's go to the live chat. It says, oh man, Matt was tearing you apart in the live chat earlier. Savannah.
Like, I don't care. It's my criteria. Like, again, I don't see anyone else naming Brian's other 5-star matches. So I don't care what my criteria is comparing it to.
Are we counting ROH in that, by the way? Because his matches with Nigel McGuinness were absolutely 5-star matches.
Yeah, no, you are. They just said anything prior to it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. They said the Fed or prior. They even actually mentioned Nigel.
Those weren't 5.
Yeah,
I
Nigel.
wouldn't say those were
Punk
5
versus
stars
Brian
though.
or Punk or Brian versus Nigel. Yeah.
Okay, I was going off the Brian's whole career in the Fed, so I was kind of focused on that. But yeah, Nigel, a lot of his Ring of Honor stuff from Brian was 5-star in my opinion.
Ring of Honor stuff was good, but I would give those 5 stars over any matches in WWE 5 stars.
Yeah.
Fair.
BamaDave says, unpopular opinion, this will be the second best Smacked Raw show of the evening, referencing his top 10 entrance themes that he'll be hosting an hour from now. Fuck you, Bama.
The Tuesday Night Wars.
Roll Tide.
Matt Ritter says, speaking on the Kenny Omega Adam Cole stuff, Savannah's got a huge Omega boner. Savannah has lost all credibility with BamaDave. Fully biased. Oh man, they went in on you about this one.
I don't give a shit. Like, I don't care. You need to watch all of Kenny's career and then get back to me.
Even your co-host like trashed you and yeeted your comment. She's Katie says Adam would 100% be a better leader for the Elite. Wow, Katie.
She has not seen Bullet Club shit though. That's all. Sorry, Katie, we haven't seen shit from the Bullet Club.
Oh, you pulling the fan card on her.
I'm taking Katie's
I'm
side
just
on
saying.
this.
I'm not saying that my
Katie
opinion's better. It's my opinion. Okay, so it's my opinion. If you don't agree, that's why I don't care. You know, you can have your opinion, especially about mine. But I'm just saying, as someone who has seen, New Japan and seen what else there is to compare it to, I think I have a little more credibility.
Oh man, getting the drama here. Listen, I think this is a perfect
You have
segue.
seen Bullet Club stuff's actually shit. Sorry, Katie's. I think Katie's gonna go solo on Thursday.
Man,
I think this is a perfect segue. Savannah, when can we see this argument pick up on the next episode of C-Lead Showcase?
Well,
it's a cliffhanger.
If I make it to Thursday, if I'm even on Thursday, you can see them on twitch.tv/She-Lead Showcase. We are live at 9 p.m. Eastern time. And if you cannot make it to the lives, that is okay. We are also on YouTube. And if you want to find where you can see us or listen to us, you can go to Katie's Twitter at KatieWrestling13, where you can find our link tree to everything. It has Apple Podcasts, Spotify, our YouTube, our Twitch, all that. And you can also find me on Instagram and Twitter at y2garcia _, if you want to slander me some more. So, yeah, that's where you can find me and my hostess with the mostest, which I love you, Katie. I'm like,
you can't back up now.
Yeah,
I know, right?
you gotta lean into that. Carry that momentum all the way into Thursday.
Hell no. Katie can mute me, kick me out, fire me. I'm like...
Easy. You said you have a friend that hosts a show that you sometimes moonlight on.
So I'm basically a panelist for Athletic Geek 89's his Just Us Marks Wrestling recap show. And currently he is sitting at 166 subscribers. If he makes the 200 mark, this unfortunate bastard is going to be drinking a little bit of the bubbly.
Go sub, everybody.
And there you go. Sub to him because, gets us going.
Yes.
And, maybe we can have a fancy studio like you guys. And I say this on Just Us Marks, and I'm saying it on here. Shout out to the PWF because these guys are amazing.
Awesome. And then Kyle,
they can follow me on Twitter at Aaron Sons if you want to do that.
Pretty Kyle, I'll refer to you as.
Boy,
Pretty Kyle to my average Kyle.
I think you're pretty.
Let everybody know where
Kyle,
they can find you, man.
Yes, thank you for having me once again. Apronbump.com. The Apron Bump podcast is my show. I do retro reviews of wrestling promotions from spanning 4 different decades, companies big and small. I actually have an episode dropping tomorrow with Smacking It Raw's Matt Ritter tomorrow on covering an ECW show from 1995. So check that out tomorrow. But yeah, apronbump.com for all my episodes, and Apron Bump on Twitter is probably where I'm most active. So yeah, that's about it.
Awesome. Yeah, and then to you guys, genuinely, to all 3 of you, like, thank you so much for taking time out of your days to join me on this stupid show where we go over some of the worst parts of Twitter. I genuinely appreciate it having you guys on. And if you guys listening to the show want to help support us, you can always, subscribe to our YouTube, youtube.com/SmackDrawPodcast. You can find us on patreon.com/SmackDrawPodcast. We have a bevy of rewards there. And one where we can actually include your video Unpopular Opinion directly here on the show on one of the future episodes. And then, we got PayPal, we got everything. Just follow us on Twitter, and I'll tell you where you can send us money. But that's going to do it for tonight. Like always, you guys, until next time, y'all have a good one.
Yeah, let's go. They may be dead, but